Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's DMac SMaK for October 9th, 2025, and the Avs open up against the Utah Mammoth. Seriously, get your own name at Ball Arena tonight. So I'll be out there for the opening festivities after I'm at number 38. So busy night for your boy. So yeah, number 38 for the Giants and the Eagles. Eagles, what a mess. And then over to Ball Arena to take in the Avs and the Mammoth, and then doing the press conferences and locker room and just having hockey back. And we got morning skates going on. I mean, come on. I mean, you love it, right? It's fantastic. Woo. Gives you chills. So we're excited for all of it. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. And we'll get into hockey a little bit later. First, we're brought to you by our great friends at Journey Spice. We love Journey Spice because it's the best. And you just simply use this QR code and you're all set. It'll take you to Amazon.com. Use the code GETSPICY and you can save yourself 10% on all delicious Journey Spice products. We use them every single night in the McKee household on everything you can imagine. Love you, Journey Spice. More on Journey in just a little bit. Andon and Rosa, the best. The best. Okay, we'll get to the Avs, but we start with the Broncos. And over in jolly old England, where, yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. We got a crane. And frankly, it doesn't look much different than where they have been, where they practice. There's like construction crews and noises, and they're playing music on big green fields. It's football, baby. You gotta love it. But the biggest question when you're playing a team as pathetic as the Jets, and we've gone over Jets by the numbers yesterday, the concept that it's a trap game comes up, Sean.
No, each week it's the ability to refocus on the next challenge, and I think oftentimes the games are won and lost right here today, tomorrow, and Friday. So these guys understand in our league it's different than college. We're not getting a chance to play a 1AA or FCS school. These are all professional teams, and we'll handle it that way.
When you hear conversations like that, you know you have sunk into the bottom of the barrel in terms of your NFL opponent. When you have to justify their even existence in the league, then they're the same as you. You know that you're playing a team that's far below.
I think in the league, quite honestly, it's a little disrespectful to consider anybody a trap team. I think they're an NFL team, and they're gonna have some really good players on their defense, and it's not really a trap game. I think any game you can walk in and slip up and lose. That's just the league. So if you're not careful, in a way, all of them could be because they're that good of an opponent. But
yeah, that's the any given Sunday thing. They had two good players on defense. Quinnen Williams is banged up, and Sauce Gardner, who, is only as effective as your pass rush, and your pass rush blows. They have 7 sacks on the season. Nick Bonito has 7 by himself. Broncos have 21. I mean, by the numbers, the Jets are just a pitiful team at 0-5, worst team in the league, and it shouldn't be much of a problem. That being said, Sean Payton was cognizant of being focused and the players are being focused. And we're staying in the middle of nowhere and don't have any fun.
You'd have to ask all the guys. I mean, the schedule would be like it normally would be. Some of them went out and ate. Some of them ate back at the hotel. Yeah.
Sean Payton didn't want anybody doing any fun, but it was pretty funny to hear Pat Surtain just be like, "Oh no, I went out.
I went out. I went sightseeing.
Okay.
Past few days. Monday for sure. I definitely wanted to go and explore the city. I think it's a great opportunity, to get away from things and just see, life differently from a different angle and see what London has to offer. So.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm not going to stick around in my stupid ye old Greenbrier hotel room. I know you're trying to stick us in the middle of nowhere, but hey, dude, I don't know if you realize this. I got paid. I can afford an Uber. or a luber, whatever they call it in England. So I'm sure the guys went out. I'm sure they had a little bit of fun, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's regular week. You get focused. The game's on Sunday. But I do appreciate the Broncos and Sean Payton with the, sleep studies and science towards things and taking things seriously. I do like that. But I'm not going to go rip on the Broncos if they want to go see Big Ben. And that's Ben Roethlisberger. Meanwhile, here's Bo about being in England.
That's pretty awesome. It's just another game, though, and the venue changes just a little bit. And, it's good to, play out of the United States, get some exposure, and, see how it goes.
Okay. Well, with that kind of passion, you can understand why. Culturally, Bo Nix is on a football field. Sean being in England.
I think we have the right makeup and leadership to understand where the focus needs to be this week. I like that we're over here. I couldn't tell you or point in the direction where the hotel is, and that's fine. I'm still trying to figure out how to get around in the hotel, but it's the perfect setup. I like coming over here.
Yeah, he actually went on and on about traveling together and being at the Greenbrier last year. And even when he was with the Saints and they had some issues with Hurricane Katrina and how they had to bond over that. So I think it's fair to expect the Broncos every year with Sean Payton to use some sort of excuse to just go out on the road for 10 days and be together as a team. He values it. I don't know if the players like it or not. I can see where it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it seems to work, and it'd be stunning if they don't beat the woeful Jets. We'll get to Sean Payton's football experience playing in London in a second, but let's talk about some of the players that are making a difference. The only thing that the Jets have going on for themselves is the running game, but J.K. Dobbins has more rushing yards than Breece Hall. J.K. Dobbins speaks Spanish that I don't know if anybody knew fluently. And we found that out because he did an interview on ESPN Deportes, and they knew it because they went right to him, and it was awesome. J.K. Dobbins has been such a bright light, maybe unexpectedly.
He's been a great addition. I mean, and so that in New Orleans they would say that's lagniappe, stuff you don't expect that you got, and it was similar to DeMario.
All right, it's great. We love J.K. Dobbins, and he's been fantastic, and I think he could have a big game. I think R.J. Harvey could have a huge game against the Jets. I'll talk about it tonight at 8 p.m. with our guy, Coach Sanford. So, yeah. I'm number 38. Podcast with Sanford, hockey game. Busy. Up and with you fine people today. Avalanche. We go to Bo Nix. One of the people that has been so instrumental in a positive reinforcement way for Bo has been Courtland Sutton. So I don't know if enough good things are said about Courtland, and Bo reflected on that.
Well, I think he takes care of his body really well. He's always as healthy and as fresh as he can be because he puts that much attention and detail into his recovery, and then he gets a lot of work at practice. He takes every rep. He kind of gets mad at you when you tell him to not get this rep because he wants it really bad, but he just plays really hard. He's a fierce competitor. I think when things get tough, he gets better. And just like on Sunday, the game didn't go how we wanted early, but he just continued to chip away, find catches as the game went. And next thing you know, it felt like he took the game over, and he was getting better and better as the game was going on. He was getting tougher to guard as the game was going. A lot of guys get tired, but he trains for that moment. He practices really hard. He's one of the last ones at the practice field, and I think he's just really excited and happy right now with his situation, and he's making the most of it.
I gotta love it. We love Courtland. We're loving Bo Nix. We're loving the Broncos. Why not? We'll get to Sean Payton's story about being a football player in England, which is incredibly unique. We'll get there in just a little bit. Our moment of Zen has to do with baseball. And it was really funny with Big Papi Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. We'll get to all of that coming up here in a second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Code Get Spicy. Say, just pinch the top. It comes right off. Put it on. Look how easy it is to seal up again. Flavor in, plastic out. We love you, Journey Spice. We'll get back to Sean Payton in England and his playing days in Leicester in a second. Deion Sanders was back at practice yesterday, which is remarkable after undergoing a procedure for blood clots. God bless him. And I will be out at Rally House from 10 to noon doing a pregame podcast in Boulder, the Rally House off Arapahoe, not Pearl Street, which is a wonderful location, but I'll be at the location in the off Arapahoe, in like a strip mall there. So beautiful location too. So would love to see you down there. And we're pulling hard for CU to beat those dumb Cyclones of Iowa State. It was a weird day yesterday with Joe Flacco getting traded. Let's just go through some of this timeline. Shedeur Sanders at a car dealership.
About the news today about Joe Flacco getting traded to Cincinnati.
Oh, Joe Flacco getting traded. He was definitely somebody I leaned on for wisdom. And
well, that's cool. So certainly he's the number 2 guy. Prime, you excited about Joe Flacco being traded?
I don't care. I don't give a damn about the Browns at all. I care about the Colorado Buffaloes. I do love me some Shedeur Sanders, don't believe that.
That's fun. And listen, we were just all expecting. This is not anything to think about. Joe's gone. He's starting for Cincinnati. Can you believe that? But Kevin Stefanski, the coach of the Browns yesterday, when asked about it, was like, I don't know. Shedeur, sure. Bailey Zappi, maybe. It was stunning. I'll play it for you and then we'll comment. But what is such an obvious decision to make all of a sudden is a tongue twister?
Well, first I'd tell you is the Joe trade took us by surprise. That was not something that we saw coming. You know, they called us and, it happened very fast and happened not too long ago. So still working through all roster type of things. I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development. And, I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team. But, with young players, I'm always thinking about last week making the change to Dylan. You have to think long and hard about that because these are young players that you're so invested in their development. So I'll let the week play out and make a decision later on that.
What? What are we talking about? There's some world where Bailey Zappi leaps Shedeur Sanders as a backup, not a starter, but as a backup. Yeah, you do have to declare who your backup is, by the way. You can't just not declare it. I don't know what to say here, man. And Bucky Deion Jr., I agree with him as he reflected about where things are.
I know y'all tired of this bull. I'm tired of it. It is what it is. We all tired of this shit. We just gotta change it. Someone would have said a year from now, one of your brothers would be on scout team. Your other brother wouldn't be playing. He wouldn't be in the league. And y'all would be 2-4 next year. I would be like, bro, stop playing with me.
I agree with you. It's surreal. All right. Listen, man, I just wish hindsight is unbelievably 2020. I wish Shedeur just went to the Ravens. I do not understand what the Raiders are thinking. Talk about a team that should have drafted Shedeur and do a deal for him. Shedeur deserves better, in my opinion. I think the Stefanski thing, man, he clearly didn't want Shedeur in the first place. I think it sucks, man. I think it sucks. So I'm with Shedeur. I'm Team Shedeur on this all the way. I want him to have an opportunity. I think it's ridiculous that he's being disrespected. I don't care about the player's development. I can't name him the backup quarterback for Bailey Zappi. Bucky, I'm with you, man. It's hard to believe. Okay, let's get back to the Broncos and Sean Payton. We'll have our moment of Zen in baseball, especially for people that hate the Yankees, like me. Sean Payton actually played and sort of coached in England. The BAFA, the British American Football Association, has so many teams that even have relegation. Who knew there was such a thing? But a version of American football in England has been going on for more than 30 years. And 30 years, probably more than 40 years. It's crazy. And Sean Payton, when he was 23, had an opportunity to play. I mean, it was his last. Sean bumped around Arena League, CFL. I think he had a cup of coffee or at least some meetings with an NFL team as a quarterback out of Eastern Illinois. And the last stop on the train was in England.
Was getting ready to kind of get into coaching, and then the owner of the team had reached out, Barry Wardle, and it was just one more, it was a time I can remember my mother saying, all your friends are getting married and they have health insurance, and what are you doing? And then leaving here, flying back to Chicago, and then the next day driving to San Diego State. Broke down in Denver, ironically, in a Cavalier, and the guy helped me fix the car. It's interesting because you're going from playing to coaching, and it was a graduate assistantship, and I just knew I wanted to be a coach. I thought I wanted to be a college coach, and then this league found you.
The Leicester Panthers went 8-5 with Sean Payton, and that wrapped up his playing career. It's wild. The journey is wild. And Sean Payton is going down. This is back like in 1987. And he has invited former teammates that are still living in England to join him at practice over the next couple days, which is, I think, really, really cool. And Sean says the most meaningful thing is the experience.
I was trending that direction. Wasn't like I was trending forward. And so I knew here that, it was going to be time to try to find a graduate assistantship.
You got anything left from that time here? Sweatshirt?
Yeah, I think a jersey somewhere, pictures, but more importantly, again, not the physical. It's all the memories. That's what's the thing that was the best part of it.
Pretty cool, man. I love it. I think it's great. We don't talk a lot of baseball here because, the Rockies, but their assistant general manager stepped away yesterday after 21 years with the team. That's another good sign. And I don't have anything personal against him. But listen, you need massive change. Meanwhile, the Tigers beat the Mariners 9-3. That series is tied at 2. The Cubs sneaked out a win against the Brewers 4-3. So that series 2-1 Brew Crew. The Dodgers lost 8-2 to the Phillies. So the Phillies hang around for at least one more. And in the game that was the best, the Toronto Blue Jays beat the New York Yankees 5-2. Hold on one second. Let me I love the Avalanche, but let me make an adjustment for this moment of Zen. The Blue Jays beat the Yankees 5-2 to eliminate the New York Yankees. It was a fantastic moment inside of the Blue Jays locker room.
Every single one of you fucking bullpen game, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw, all you motherfuckers, it takes everybody every day. Start spreading the news, bitches.
That's the manager of the Blue Jays. Start spreading the news. Curse words. I'll let him say it. Oh my God. I do think the celebration is so ridiculous. After they still have to play, well, somebody, either the Tigers or the Brewers, and then they have to play, if they're lucky to beat one of those two teams, they have to beat a team in the World Series. But no, we're going to blow up champagne and beer and celebrate each round. It's a baseball thing. I cannot explain it. But they have fun with it. And so here it is on the post-game show. And Big Papi, Red Sox, is on with Alex Rodriguez, who I guess is a Yankee, and Derek Jeter, Mr. Yankee. And they got Vlad Jr. on, he is an incredible player. He was an incredible player when he was portly, and he slimmed down, and he's an incredible player. And man, this is your the Yankees lose. Today's going to be a great day.